Okay. Again, this interview, I want you to introduce yourself, your name, and your position.
My name is Jabril Wilson. I play linebacker, running back, defensive end, anything that they need me to play.
All right, so you're kind of an all-around player. Um, First of all, we're going to start off with a couple of questions. First one I want to ask you is, how important would a state championship be for Manning and Manning High School? How do you think the win would affect
Well,
us?
being on the team for so long, I know that that's always been my goal to have a state championship, and to not even get to the playoffs for the past few years is really disheartening. But that's just motivation, and I know that if we get that state championship, that's my ultimate goal as a senior.
So like you said, a few of your goals. What do you hope to see happen for this team in your last season with them?
Well, I want to see a winning record. I want to see the fact that we came together, put all of our talents that we had in us, and we actually used it instead of holding it back. I want to see us actually come together as a team instead of individually.
All right. In your few years with Manning High School, this year in particular, what do you think makes this year's team unique compared to the rest?
Well, this year I see more togetherness than before. So ever since I've been here in Manning, since my freshman year, I could see that we were always separated. We'll always be stars, and then everybody would gravitate around the stars. But now it's like everybody's on the same level playing field, and everybody can work together, and nobody can get that big head. Everybody can feel like they all are part of the team.
Okay, so you as an individual, what do you think you're doing differently this year compared to last year and previous years?
Well, previous years I've always put everything into it. I always say that I'm leaving on the field, I'm leaving in the weight room, I'm leaving everywhere. So I'm just trying to keep that maintained and build off of that to work even harder.
Okay, so as interviewed a couple of the other seniors, you personally, you've been around some of these coaches through spring practice and a little bit of the summertime. So what do you think about the new coach and Coach West and some of the new staff that he's brought in to help him?
Well, one thing I can say that I noticed from the first day that we had spring practice was the technique. It was a different feel. You could tell that they weren't just worried about the hitting and the plays. They wanted to make sure you knew how to hit right, which I was very impressed with the first day actually that we got past. Coach West taught us how to tackle properly so we don't get injured, and that's one thing that I see that we are going more towards technique instead of just plays. We need to know technique so that even if we forget the plays, we always have something to fall back on.
So you feel like this new staff is bringing in a technique-minded team.
Right.
You think that'll help the team out success in
Right. It doesn't matter how big or how small you are. Once you have that technique, you're the best thing in the world.
All right, Jabril, I thank you for your time. Appreciate your cooperation.